Howdy, folks. Today we're looking at OMAC number 2 from 1974 in DC Comics. It's been a couple years since we looked at the first issue of Jack Kirby's startlingly prescient OMAC, so why not check in and see how things have shaken out? In a future defined by mass corporate rule and a defanged international order, the insurgent super soldier OMAC leads a one-man war against the titans of industry who keep a stranglehold on society. The second issue features OMAC's showdown with Mr. Big. No, not the guys who wrote To Be With You, or even Chris Noth, but rather a billionaire with an endless pile of money to burn in pursuit of what he wants, which in this instance is OMAC dead on a slab. The story begins with OMAC entering Electric City, a high-tech metropolis of the future rented out by Mr. Big for a private party and filled with assassins under his employ. It's a scheme partially intended to reveal OMAC's secrets, as the city also hides our hero's creator, Professor Myron Forrest, the man who designed the Brother Eye satellite that guides OMAC and feeds him power from Earth orbit. OMAC and his maker can't be bought, can't be sidelined, can't be compromised, and so they must be killed. And Mr. Big is willing to spend any amount of money to accomplish that. As a futurist Kirby was, it must be said, a resounding pessimist. Between OMAC and its sibling Kamandi, it's fair to say that dystopia and ruin were pressing concerns on the king's mind. The distrust of accumulated wealth especially is a thread that pops up in his stories from every era, and it's hard to imagine a more pointed and literal illustration of that fear than a man wealthy enough to rent out entire cities to use for private murder games. Of course, by this point, Kirby was winding down his tenure at DC, and so much of his work from the period carries a distinctly bitter aftertaste. He's not holding back about his fears for the world that's coming, dangerous and exciting as the cover caption promises, defined by the worst consequences of unrestricted greed. His inker here is D. Bruce Barry, not his best inker, if not his worst. Barry often replicates the shape of the line at the expense of Kirby's dimensionality, seemingly the hardest aspect of his pencils for inkers to translate. Look to the uninked Kirby and you realize a whole dimension of death is lost, invisible to most embellishment.